Okay, hi, thanks for following us along today. Today we're doing a free giveaway contest visual inspection of a community. And we're creating it for a couple different reasons. One, we want to give back to the community we serve. And two, we're actually making a series of videos for do-it-yourselfers, mainly board members or even managers that want to walk around a community and be able to pick out the things that we're picking out. The construction defect or leak or maintenance issues, we're going to take you around so you can follow us, and as we pick through a building and say, check this out, look at this, I'd want to open this up, or I'm concerned about this. So follow me around. Hi guys, in this episode of the Do-It-Yourself series, we're going to be looking at what a replacement elevation looks like. So how you can look for new siding and properly flashed penetrations, sealant joints, all the things that are supposed to be working right on your building. What does a new replacement elevation look like? So one of the benefits of this project is here's the existing, and we're going to take you over to a new replacement. We know from conversations with the board and from working with them, they had the resources to do one or two of these elevations, the worst ones. And so you can see the difference of flashing details, and you can see the difference between the siding that's here now. Base of wall flashing now covers that concrete, goes up behind the siding. Nice big flashing coming over your belly bands. Even a double flashing over your window heads, protecting both the trim and the window. These are called upturned end dams, and what they do, this piece of metal flashing will never be perfectly level. It's always going to be sloped one way or the other. So if any water hits that, it's going to go to the downward slope and run down in behind your siding, unless there's an upturned end dam that it hits and kicks out. This is the difference between a sealant joint and a caulk joint or a fillet joint. So that first 3/8 of an inch is a sealant joint that's that big. And so the idea behind that, if you look on any tube of sealant, you'll see elasticity and contraction of 50% or 100%. And so if you take a gap of 0 and so you put some sealant in there to cover that crack, 50% of 0 is 0. And so that's why it breaks the second anything expands and contracts. But on 3/8 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch, 50% expansion on a 1/4 inch is 1/2 inch. It can grow, it can shrink and expand in temperature and humidity. So nice big sealant joints around windows. This vinyl versus this wood or fiber cement, two different products that are moving at two different speeds of thermal coefficient. No water's coming down here. It hits here, rolls off. Nice sealant joints. You know, this is way more weather tight. So in this elevation, we'll actually clip in some damage shots where we help them with some repairs in the past, and we'll show in some of these damage shots. But what I want to take away from this view is beautiful, beautiful, and then, ooh, now we get old again. Oftentimes we're asked, hey, can I do one elevation at a time? We've only got the money to do the south wall. Can we do that this year, more repairs next year? And we say, you can, but here's the problem. A, you have to have momentum and desire of the boards and the managers and things like that to keep going. Otherwise, you'll have a project that looks beautiful on this elevation and tired on this elevation. And then part two is just mob and demob. The contractors are out here, they're working, they have to shut down and go home. Then they have to come back, start up again, work for a while, and then shut down and go home. And so it's like any remodeling project. Remodeling is more expensive than new construction, but remodeling in phases is always more expensive than the combined sum. Okay, so here we're going to show you a picture of a properly flashed light fixture. So most light fixtures are just screwed to the siding. This one we have on a block, and we've got flashing over the block. And it just sets it out. It frames it a lot better, and it also waterproofs the electrical light fixture. Outlets, you can do the same thing. Hose bibs, gas, meters or gas pipes, all the different penetrations, we would have it on a block and flashing cap. Another good angle of fixed elevation, existing elevation, and you can see flashing versus little tiny flashing. At least this is flashing, but it's tiny. You can see base of wall versus no base of wall, window details down there and new windows versus windows here. Let's not forget about carports and other structures. So again, siding, base of wall. So you can see the base of wall is just getting chunky. We're absorbing water because we're too low to the ground. This is how it should be up here. This is a very common thing we see. So we would want to put a base flashing there, raise your siding up a little bit, keep it out of the water. I'm looking at roof venting. And so the 3 little dots, every other joist bay, is fairly typical for what's called attic venting. It's called bird blocking. And so we've got 3 little holes. You can look up into them. You can see screen behind it to keep the birds from going up inside. So I'm seeing that pattern. So I'm saying, okay, there's your soffit venting for your roof system. Now I see a 5 or 6 inch hole and a 3 inch hole, both with screen on them, that the pattern doesn't line up. So I'm saying, wait a second, these are likely bath fans or some other type of interior fan, maybe a kitchen exhaust hood. And because I have screen on the inside, I don't have the outside vent duct has a nipple, if you will, that the hose or the ductwork can be attached to. I don't have that here. And so what this oftentimes means is there's a ductwork sitting in the insulation, and the thought was, get it down there as far as you can. The steam will go out the attic vents, or it'll be so close to the hole that it'll go out. But what that does is cause buildup of excess humidity in your attic. So this is an indication of, you know what, send somebody up there, check it out, see if there's some disconnected ducts. So if you like this video with the tips and tricks and the walkthroughs and it was helpful to you, make sure you click subscribe below. And then also click that little bell to be notified next time we post some helpful videos for you. Thanks for watching.